morning, I'm Sarah Samsanama and these are the headlines of the hour. Government doctors halt out patient services, denying government prohibition to strikes in essential public services. Patients coming from distant places denied treatment. Government's decision to deploy Nepal Army in rebuilding settlements for storm victims draws controversy. Experts say disregarding the role of concerned authorities would weaken their stature. Individuals with power and influence reaping undue advantage out of relief provided to storm victims. Genuine victims still denied basic support like food and shelter. And Liverpool come from a goal behind to beat Southampton 3-1 and regain its position at the top of English Premier League. Light to moderate rainfall accompanied by thunderstorm is expected for today. Based on the 3-day forecast issued by the Meteorological Forecasting Division yesterday, the weather will remain cloudy throughout the country for the next 2 days, in most places due to the influence of low pressure forming in the east and the local wind. According to the division, the influence of low pressure belt developing in the east since Thursday night and the moisture-laden wind that came from the Bay of Bengal along with the local wind will cause cloudy conditions with rainfall. The condition will gradually develop and remain throughout the day. Now, the government has decided to prohibit strikes of any kind in all types of emergency and essential public services. However, the government doctors themselves have shut down all outpatient services just a day after the government's decision. Services at almost all government hospitals have been affected as the doctors have resorted to protesting, citing that the government has wrongly limited the jurisdiction of doctors as junior officials at the local levels. The doctors have not only breached the government's provision, they have not even officially notified the Ministry of Health regarding their strike. Hundreds of patients coming from distant places have been stranded due to the strike in hospitals, while many have been compelled to undergo treatment at expensive private hospitals.
अब यहाँ डाक्टरहरुको स्थिति यस्तो छ कि बन्द भइराखेको छ अब कहाँ जाने क्या गर्ने अलपत्र छौं हामी त यस्तो हामीलाई दुःखको कुरा भइराखेको छ।
The protesting doctors, however, have threatened to boycott all outpatient services if their demands are not met.
स्वास्थ्य मन्त्रालयले थाहा छैन हैन उहाँले औपचारिक लेखेर दिएको मलाई जानकारीमा छैन। कतिपय नियमित बिरामीहरु छ, कतिको अपरेसन गर्नुपर्ने छ, कतिपय धेरै टाढाबाट आउनु भएको छ। अब हाम्रो भूगोल त्यस्तै छ, हाम्रो आर्थिक अवस्था त्यस्तै छ। कति पैसा भैँसी बेचेर कोही गाई गोरु बेचेर औषधिको लागि आइराख्नु भएको छ। उहाँहरुले दुःख दिनु भनेको मलाई लाग्छ यो चाहिँ नि मानवीयता होइन।
Likewise, the traders of LP gas have warned of stopping the sales of cooking gas unless their demand to increase their commission is addressed. It is yet to be seen if the government with 2/3 majority has enough courage to contain the strikes imposed in essential public services and penalize for flouting the government's command. The Nepal Army is the country's oldest and strongest security institution. The organization has also played a leading role in the country's development and safeguarding its integrity. Likewise, the Army's contribution has been praiseworthy in rescue and relief works during natural disasters and accidents. The government has therefore decided to shoulder the responsibility of the construction of permanent shelters of the storm victims in Bara and Persat districts. The decision, however, has drawn the Nepal Army into debate. The government's decision to assign the entire responsibility of rebuilding the victims' shelters to the Army alone has indicated if the mechanisms especially responsible to work in this regard have turned defunct. However, the government has remarked that letting the Army undergo the reconstruction works would ensure the victims' resettlement before the upcoming rainy season, while getting the works done via other government mechanisms would take time. Earlier, the decision to assign the entire responsibility of building the Kathmandu-Tarai fast track to Army clearly exhibited the government distrust towards other skilled human resources and Department of Road. Experts are of the view that such a trend would not only weaken the non-military entities, but would also deviate the Army from its foremost responsibility. The relief efforts for the rainstorm victims in Bara has recently gained momentum. However, the ones with power and influence at local levels have been taking undue advantage of the relief, leaving those in actual need unattended. Hundreds of families have been displaced due to the severe storm that hit Bara's Feta rural municipality. All of them are in dire need of relief and rehabilitation. However, the genuine victims have been left without the needed relief due to the high-handedness of the powerful in the region. Some of the local Tharus have been found collecting relief materials but not distributing it to the victims. Some of the victims have even complained that they are not even aware about the amounts of relief items and the time of their distribution. Most of the affected families are still compelled to go about their daily lives without basic support like food and temporary shelter. In recent times, Gorkha has become a popular destination for both domestic and international tourists. In this context, we had asked the tourists coming to Gorkha what is the purpose of their visit. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
भुइँचालोपछि कस्तो भएर हाम्रो अब पहिलाको इतिहास यिनीहरूले सबै हेर्नको लागि कस्तो रहेछ त भनेर यहाँनेर आएको
खास गरी हामी हेर्न चाहिँ दरबारै हेर्न आएको
स्कुलमा सरहरूले पढाउँदाखेरि यो गोर्खाको इतिहासको बारेमा पढाउनु भएको थियो अनि त्यस भएर अनि यो गोर्खा कस्तो रहेछ भनेर अनि हामी चाहिँ यहाँ हेर्न आएको
नानी शाह जन्मेको ठाउँ स्थल अनि उहाँले प्रयोग गरेका सामग्रीहरू कस्तो रहेछ भनेर म यसो बुझ्न आएको हेर्न आएको आज हेर्यो रमाइलो लाग्यो
यस्तो छ गोर्खामा भन्ने सुनेको थिएँ आएको थिएन अहिलेसम्म अनि आज यसो जानु पर्यो हेर्नु पर्यो कस्तो रहेछ गोर्खा बजार घुम्नु पर्यो दरबार घुम्नु पर्यो सङ्ग्रहालय घुम्नु पर्यो भनेर म घुम्दै आउने क्रममा आज यता छिर्दैछु
राजाहरूको अब जस्तै पृथ्वीनारायण शाहको जन्म लगायत विभिन्न राजाहरूको जन्मस्थल भनेर चिनिन्छ होइन हामीले अब बुकमा धेरै पढ्यौँ अब देख्न पाएको थिएनौँ प्रत्यक्ष रूपमा आज देख्न पायौँ
And time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Arrived 10 years since the electricity poles were erected. Your options are A, not in priority, and B, inaccessible. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A or B, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And with that, it's now time for the sports update.
Sports news.
Liverpool came from a goal behind to beat Southampton 3-1 and regain its position at the top of English Premier League table. Despite being frustrated for much of the night, Mohamed Salah found a dramatic breakthrough in the 80th minute to catapult Jurgen Klopp's team back to the top. Shane Long opened the account for Southampton in the 9th minute. However, Liverpool equalized through Nebi Keita's goal in the 36th minute. Salah's spectacular goal came in the 80th minute, giving Liverpool a 2-1 lead. Liverpool were in danger of dropping vital points with the score level at 1-1 with 10 minutes remaining before Salah clinically ended his run of 6 league games without a goal. Substitute Jordan Henderson scored in the 86th minute of the match to seal Liverpool's 3-1 win over Southampton. With the win, Liverpool has made the title race even more competitive. League leaders Liverpool are 2 points ahead of second place Manchester City, who have a game in hand. Liverpool has 82 points from 33 matches, while City has 80 points from 32 matches. Southampton are in the 16th position with 33 points from 32 matches. And now, before we wrap up, here's a look at the top stories once again. Government doctors halt outpatient services, denying government prohibition to strike in essential public services. Patients coming from distant places denied treatment. Government's decision to deploy Nepal army in rebuilding settlements for storm victims draws controversy. Experts say disregarding the role of concerned authorities would weaken the stature. Individuals with power and influence reaping undue advantage out of relief provided to storm victims. Genuine victims still denied basic support like food and shelter. And Liverpool come from a goal behind to beat Southampton 3-1 and regain its position at the top of English Premier League. And those were our latest headlines. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead.